The information shared is for educational purposes only. Before taking any action, please seek the advice of a financial or tax professional. Hi guys, this is Ron Yaish with Special Needs Life Planning. Here we are on the Pennsylvania Able Account website. We're going to do a walkthrough today, checking out the different aspects of this website. But before we begin, just wanted to make sure that before you take any action, please seek the advice of a financial professional. Our goal is really to educate. We're not here to make recommendations. We are interested in exploring and sharing our findings with the community. Okay, so the first thing we notice is a pop-up. Okay, the pop-up lets us know that there were some changes made due to a change in the tax law on December 22nd, 2017. The changes will impact the 529A accounts in a number of ways. One that I'll just mention briefly has to do with the regular accounts that we know as 529s, otherwise known as college savings accounts, now known as education savings accounts, simply because it was broadened to K through 12 as well. If an individual had a 529A account, you're able to roll funds over into a 529 college account. You can now roll those funds into an ABLE account. At this point, even though the rule has been established, the law has been established, I don't believe any of the states actually have set this into place. And there are a number of other changes. Again, we're not gonna get to all of what makes an ABLE account unique and special. If you want to get a better overview of ABLE accounts, please click the link below. We have a link to a free webinar that we offer. You can learn about ABLE accounts and how they work and can learn a little bit more. Here we are gonna be skipping around, so don't be surprised if we do. If you do have questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and we do our best to try to follow up and respond to the best of our ability. Okay, interested in learning more? They show you how to sign up. It's right there. I like it. Very bright website, clear. Get your overview and learn about ABLE here. Ooh, okay, let's just see. You have an overview. It's meant for you to save money, PA, state tax deduction. I want to focus, I'm going to circle back on that point in a little bit. And we have benefits, eligibility, and expenses. Okay, let's go to the overview. Okay, so you're allowed to contribute at this point $15,000 a year into your own ABLE account. That ability to contribute is actually opened up to anybody who wants to contribute to your account. That could be family, friends, whoever it is that you know. Frankly, you don't really need to know them, but people can contribute to your 529A account, otherwise known as the ABLE account. The maximum contribution in 2018 is $15,000 for the year. Okay. Now, this is very important. I'd like you to listen up. Deduct contributions on PA income tax. Contributions to PA ABLE account may be deducted from state taxable income. Only contributions to a PA ABLE account qualify for the PA state income tax deduction. Why did I think that Pennsylvania was one of the states that gave you a deduction if you contributed to any plan? I was mistaken. That's why I was trying to focus on that. Okay, you get to choose your investment options. There is one investment option that includes an FDIC insured checking account. Important to note that that's FDIC insured up to $250,000. There are other investment options, 6 other asset allocation options. As far as the fees, there is a $15 per quarter fee, and you could get that reduced if you decide to go via digital statement format. So, save some trees, save some money, and you can pay $11.25 instead of $15 per quarter. Now, for the checking account, there is a $2 a month fee, which is waived once the balance in that account gets to $250. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, account control. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Account control. You have the the Pennsylvania Act. Very interesting. Okay, let's go to the questions, because I always find those questions to be really helpful. And okay, not going into what ABLE is, going into what is an ABLE account. Okay. Savings options, we'll get there. What does it cost? Okay, so there are 2 types of costs. One is the account maintenance fee that we referenced before, as well as an asset management fee. So for the investments, it's 0.34% to 0.38%, depending on the portfolio that you choose. And as far as the fee for the checking account, we referenced that just a few minutes ago. Okay, can opening of an account replace having a special needs trust? Can an ABLE account be transferred to a different beneficiary? The answer is yes, you can. Are there limits to how much you can contribute? We mentioned that before. Who can contribute? Really, anybody can contribute. And what's important to note is some plans have these e-gift, partners. Regardless, one of the things that I suggest that people do is, let's say, a month before the individual's birthday and a month before the holidays, to send out a note to very close friends and family members, informing them so-and-so has this ABLE account. It's a way for him or her to save some money. If you're considering a gift, this may be something that you may want to think about. Somebody may get an individual a $25 gift card. They could easily put in $25 or whatever the amount is that they want to contribute into somebody's ABLE account. So if you're sending that information out, don't forget to include the Pennsylvania name, the address, the account number, and the account holder's name, right? The individual's name, who's the owner of the account. Just make it easy for them so that they can send something in if that's something that makes sense. Okay, I stand corrected. Pennsylvania is part of one of these gifting programs. There are a few of them. This one is called yougiftable.com. Really awesome. The more digital stuff we could introduce, the better, because then getting somebody to make a contribution is really a click of a button, as opposed to having them fill out a form and send something in. So it makes it much easier. I'm glad to see that. I'm sorry I missed that initially. Government benefits. So although this Pennsylvania account is very helpful to individuals who do receive SSI benefits, there is a caveat, and something that is confusing to some individuals. The ABLE accounts have very high balance limits. So one could be 426,000, one could be 500,000. However, regardless of that limit that the individual able account has, the government will allow you to have your SSI benefits and this account as long as this account doesn't go over $100,000. The minute this account balance goes over $100,000, your SSI benefits are going to be compromised, and it could be quite an ordeal to get that back in order. So if you're getting SSI benefits, Medicaid benefits, please make sure not to allow this account to go over $100,000. Okay, if you do receive benefits, it does make it easier on the application process. If you don't, then you do need to submit some documentation from a doctor. We do have in our resource guide down below, you can click down below, we do have a resource guide that allows you to see a sample letter that a doctor would fill out. Again, this is a letter that you can use as a reference just to understand what information they're looking for. So that is something that you should have. We also have a number of other things in the resource guide. Please check it out. Click below. Okay, must I be a resident of Pennsylvania to open up an account? Let's see. No, you don't. Okay. I always like to see that there are states that open their doors to people outside of their state, to other residents. Because as we know, not every state has an ABLE account. Pennsylvania is one of those good options where you could contribute and open up an ABLE account if you don't have one in your state. Now, you may not have more than one ABLE account. That's something else. And there cannot be more than one beneficiary. So that's the whole gist of this account. The account is for the individual with special needs. It's owned by the individual with special needs. And that's it, right? So that is why there could only be one ABLE account per individual with special needs. And if you do move to another state, you can keep your funds in Pennsylvania, or you could decide to roll it over. That works as well. Can an individual with a disability work and still have an ABLE account? That is an excellent question. The answer is yes. You still have to meet the criteria, whatever it is, to get an ABLE account. But if you do work, in fact, part of the changes that happened on December 22nd, 2017 was that an individual who is employed may actually contribute above the $15,000. They may contribute out of their own money only an additional $12,060. So that is a really neat benefit. Again, I don't believe that these additional benefits have been implemented by any of the 529 accounts yet, but they are coming. Now, how can I use my money? So let's take a step back. Before we discuss what is a qualified expense, it's important to understand the purpose, right? So the government established these accounts to help individuals with special needs save money and grow their money so that they can take care of the different services that they need. So the purpose here is to improve the quality of the life of an individual with special needs. That's it. So just using that understanding, right? If the money is going to go to a health club to help the individual with special needs get some swimming into their daily activity, that's improving the life of the individual with special needs. If the funds are going to pay for a neighbor down the block to go on a cruise, that should be a red flag, because that's not going to be spent on the individual, him or herself. So let's just use that as a baseline. And there are some examples. We have a free report in our resource guide down below in our resource section. You can check that out. We have what's called the Qualified Disability Expense Report. Gives you some more examples and really a little bit of a better understanding of what these expenses are like. Again, it's not exhaustive, but it definitely gives you a better picture. Can I use ABLE account funds for housing and rent? The answer is yes, just be careful. Be careful that if the money is going to be deposited into your account before going to pay for rent, that the money doesn't stay in your account more than 30 days. It could create a complication with your asset limit. Don't want to go through it now. It's beyond the scope. Just understand that if you're depositing it into your own account before it gets spent, it should be spent within 30 days. Better for it to be really written out directly, the check from Able to be written out directly to this third party, but that is not for now. Withdrawal funds, you may withdraw on a phone. Okay, so there is no limit to withdrawing your funds. This is important. Everybody has their own guidelines in their different states' Able accounts. So I'm glad we see that here, that you can take care of that. Let's jump right into eligibility. You have to have 2 requirements. They discuss that here, and they tell you to take the quiz, right? If you can take the quiz, you know if you're eligible. Just to amuse myself, we'll start it. Are you opening a PA Able savings program account for yourself or another person? So let's say I'm doing it for another person, right? Are you an adult who is attending a beneficiary? Answer is yes. Does the beneficiary have a qualified disability that began prior to their 29th birthday? If I say no, they're going to bump me out. If I say yes, they're going to let me continue. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say no, the person does not receive it. So is the intended beneficiary illegal? I'm going to say no. May not be eligible. Okay. See, so I don't want. I actually want to get out of this if I can. Okay. So you could take that. It kind of gives you an idea. It's a cute and helpful. I've seen. I believe that we have another power of attorney letter in the resource section below. I'm not sure if we do. Don't know if we do. I was thinking about adding one. Not sure if we will, but let's see. Okay, there is the savings program disclosure statement, important to check out, and you have other eligibility resource. Let's go to the resource guide. They offer resources, forms, investment options. Interesting, they put that in resources. That's a good place to put it, I guess. Okay, so you have the FDIC insured bank account up to $250,000, and then you have this aggressive option all the way to a conservative option, right? So they describe what the strategy is. You can see the historical prices. Good idea at some point for you to check out the plan disclosure statement. That allows you to understand more of the details that go into the investment. Who's the manager? What are the fees? If it's a late fee, etc. So one of the other things I like is that the checking account comes with a debit card, right? For the person, it makes sense for. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but for the individual who's trying to work on this as a skill, right? This managing of some funds. This could be very helpful. It's a debit card. It's also accepted wherever MasterCard's accepted. So again, not for everybody, but for those who want to work on this as a life skill, this is a good idea. Okay, let's see what else we have in resources. We have our checking option, webinars. Let's see what webinars they have. Hopefully they're not going to jump right into a webinar. Okay. Okay. And sign up forms. Let's just see the forms they have. Enrollment guide, disclosure statement, enrollment form. You can enroll online. You could do it with a hard copy. So you have a lot of different options. This is okay. Very nice. Okay, let's just click enroll. All right. Letting you know about the new tax legislation. Okay, got the point. Sorry, guys. Thanks. And please don't contact me here. I'm going to be using kind of an email account I don't really use. Okay, so you have 6 different steps. You start out by just identifying yourself, who you are, the individual who's going to be the owner of the account, what's his or her information, what investments do you want. It shouldn't take you more than 15-20 minutes to get through this, if you have all the information readily available. It may take you time to just read through it, but it's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the team over at Pennsylvania. Something to realize that they are going to feel comfortable answering questions about their plan, not if this plan is appropriate for you, right? There's a fine line between establishing, is this investment good for me? Is it not good for me? They can't answer that question, right? Only somebody who understands you and is working with you, which is why we recommended initially that you, and we're reiterating that you seek professional financial advice and guidance before taking any action here. If you do have any questions for us, you could reach us. Our contact info is down below, but you could reach us at info@specialneedslifeplanning.com. You can also leave us a comment below. We'd love for you to subscribe and share this with other friends, other individuals that may benefit, other agencies. Our goal is to be there for you, to learn about something that has to do with this special needs life planning process, to go out and then educate and share what we found via articles, via videos, via webinars. That is our goal. That is our mission. It's been a pleasure spending some time with you. Again, this is Ron Yaish with Special Needs Life Planning. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It means a lot that you've spent the time with us. Just wanted to ask you if you could to please subscribe to our channel. It does help us. It means a lot to us. And if you are watching this on the blog, you wouldn't be able to subscribe, but you would be able to put in your email address and join the ABLE Report community. That means when we come out with information, when we come out with our ABLE reports, you would receive it. So please enter your email address if this is on the blog, or click subscribe on right below this video. Thanks so much. Until next time.